Next, we take the 30-degree angle and move it down into the third quadrant. Hypotenuse is still 1, and we've gone 30 degrees past 180. The shorter leg across from 30 is still half the hypotenuse, but since it's now down in the third quadrant, it will need to be negative. Whoops, that's why. The longer leg is still the square root of 3 times the shorter leg, so it's still the square root of 3 over 2, but we're moving in the negative direction, so x will be negative as well. We've now formed the numbers we need for that point right there, and they are an ordered pair, x comma y, just like you were graphing a point. The angle that they go with, once again, has to come from the positive x-axis, which would be 30 degrees plus 180. So we're using 210, or in radians, 7 pi over 6. So these two numbers would be used with 210, or in radians, 7 pi over 6. We've got one more quadrant to go. 30 degrees now, over into the fourth quadrant. Hypotenuse is still 1. 30 degrees in the fourth quadrant. Shorter leg across from 30 is still 1/2. Still equals to y, but you can see that it's dropped down in the negative direction, so y will be negative 1/2. The x-coordinate is still the square root of 3 over 2, and this time for the fourth quadrant we go a positive x, so there's our x value. And these are the two numbers that form this point right here. The square root of 3 over 2, comma, negative 1/2. The angle they go with, once again, starts at the positive x-axis and comes all the way around. This time the angle measure is 330. Or, if you're working in radians, that would be 11 pi over 6.